Mr. Smith.
Yeah, what's up? What's good? What's happening? Welcome to the King and Me show. I'm one half of this thing, King.
Hey y'all, it's me, Michelle. How y'all doing?
We here at the King and Me show attempt to offer a real outlook on a relationship, real being relatable,
Entertaining,
accountable,
and loving.
Now, for those of y'all that are new to us, welcome. We are a couple. We've been together for over 3 years, and we talk about dating, relationships, and we share our lives with y'all, the viewers, and hope that we can facilitate conversations as we navigate modern relationships. We have spoken and talked to various people in all walks of life. We gain things from the conversations that we have, so we hope to provide that to the viewers and stuff out there as well. We're streaming on multiple platforms. If there's a like button, do us a favor, hit that like button on the platform that you're watching this on. We are also streaming on Perry Productions. Shout out to the homie for allowing us to stream over on his platform.
Yes.
We are in partnership with WTF Nation Radio. We give a salute to WTF Nation Radio for allowing us to stream over there. And we are almost ready to announce another partnership as another platform gets launched that we're going to be on as well. So shout out to everybody that tunes in with us. I'm a U.S. Air Force veteran. For those of y'all that are catching us on WTF Nation Radio, Michelle is a lover of this veteran.
And a supporter of them all.
And a supporter of all of those that have served. So that's a little bit about us. As we approach the holidays, this is going to be our last live stream of the calendar year of 2025. I can't believe
it's so hard to say goodbye to Monday evenings.
Oh my, yeah.
So
wow. I think we
so
just made all of the cats scream in a 5-block radius. How about we not do that?
Haters.
Now, tap in and let us know that you are tuning in. Got to make sure that the tech things are working on our side as well. That helps us make sure that we are good to go. It's what, Christmas, Hanukkah, what's like all of the things that we get through around this holiday season? There's like a billion of them.
Well, we made banners for 4. So we made banners for Hanukkah, which started last night, which is the Jewish festival of lights, celebration of lights. It's 8 crazy nights. That's the one that involves the, oh my gosh, why is the name not coming to me right now?
I wish I could help you, but I legit don't know.
Oh my gosh, I'm thinking dreidel, which is a toy. I'm thinking yarmulke, which is a hat, but menorah. Okay, they light the menorah. So the menorah is the candle holder that has the places for you to put the 8 candles, and they light it. That was called. They light a candle every single night. It's symbolic. It's beautiful. They exchange gifts for 8 nights in a row with their family. They come together. It started at sundown yesterday, which is why in Maryland, sunset was at 4:47 p.m., which is why I posted posts at 4:46 p.m. so that it could go out right before sunset, because that's when that started for them. And then coming up next week, we have Christmas. For those that celebrate Christmas, it's next Thursday, the 25th. Following that,
next Thursday?
Yeah.
Yo, okay.
Following that is Boxing Day. We didn't do a thing for that. Some people do celebrate Boxing Day, which is the 26th, which is next Friday, which is also the start of Kwanzaa. Um, Kwanzaa is for 7 nights, so it starts on the day after Christmas and runs into the new year. Then we have New Year's Day, which will be the following Thursday, January the 1st, with New Year's Eve being the Wednesday the 31st. And then, yeah, all the things. So,
Okay. Now, look, the holidays are supposed to be about joy, but for many,
joy to the world.
it can bring stress, pressure, and conflict, and it could be a test of people's relationship, whether you're new in a relationship or if you are seasoned together. I think it's a lot harder for those that are new. And by new, I'm going to say if you're under, I want to say 8 years. 8 years seems to be that mark for couples where y'all know if y'all are actually going to work out or not. So 8 years. So
Okay.
do you agree or disagree with that?
I disagree.
What's new for you?
New for me is 17 months or under.
You're not battle tested at 17 months and under.
No, but that's what you kept saying. You was because remember you used to introduce us as a newish couple right up until the 18-month mark. So
I think
I was just joking, but
okay. I think you got to have some holidays up under your belt, and as we've talked about on this channel, at least travel together.
Yeah, definitely travel together.
Travel together. So tonight on the King M.E show, we're going to talk about love in the holidays, how couples can navigate family expectations, travel traditions, and different triggers without damaging their relationship.
Ooh, that's a mouthful.
We'll look at speaking about how the holidays can amplify relationship issues, common mistakes that couples make throughout the year, how to protect your relationship without damaging those family bonds, and practical advice to reduce stress and avoid unnecessary arguments. So whether you're newly dating, long-term married, blended families, or some of the above, this conversation is for anyone that's trying to navigate the holidays in love. In love.
In love. Such a beautiful thing.
So let's talk about it. Let's just jump right into it. What do you think are some of the biggest triggers or biggest things that hit people around this time of the year in regards to them and their relationships?
Money. I think money is one of the biggest things that hits people right now because society says that you got to go shopping. You have to spend all this time buying things for other people. Like when I really sat and thought about it, I was like, it's kind of disgusting the way we commercialize all of these holidays right now. So we have Thanksgiving where you're supposed to be spending time with family. It's supposed to be all like lovey-dovey. And people literally leave Thanksgiving meals to go get some rest so that they can go shopping the next morning for the very families that they just left. And I'm just like, why not just spend the time? Spend that time with them.
But you got to get the deals, babe. Those deals.
For what?
That new 85-inch TV that I need in the house.
Did you buy it?
No.
Okay.
I wanted to, though.
But I'm just like, for what? Like, I feel like that's just too much. And then, you know, we go and like we prioritize. I have to buy this gift for this person. I have to do that. And I'm not saying that in a judging way because I do the same thing. I have a niece that's a minor and I never want her to feel like I used to feel on Christmas morning, like Santa's not real because no one visits my house. And like, I always got the same thing. I always got clothes and I never wanted her to feel like that. So I do put a priority in buying a gift for her. And then I try to be equitable because I'm like, I have another niece and I should buy her.
Why?
It's like, it's this whole downward spiral. So when I say that thing about gifts, I'm not saying it in a judging way. I'm saying we all need to do better because it's all about money.
Like you're contributing to the commercialization though.
I am. But like, she's 14. She's not going to understand the whole, you know, Christmas should be time with family, especially when I'm not there. So it's like, it's not like I can say, oh, Christmas is supposed to be a time that you spend loving on your family members and then I'm not there. Because then it's like, well, hey, you're not here, sis. So why are you saying that?
We got a couple of people in the comment section. Shout out to new guest over at Twitch. Appreciate you tuning in. Shout out to Greek Pete. He said, hey guys, hey Greek Pete. Greek Pete is a buddy of mine. He just lost one of his lovable pets by the name of Alex. That was very unexpected, and has greeted a new pet, a new dog into the mix.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about that, Pete.
Okay. So I for me would say money. What about you? What would you say?
I think it's time. I think it's how you set your expectations with your time. It is a great time to be able to spend with your loved ones. That's what I love about the holidays. But the bills don't stop. So for some people, I'm thinking about when I grew up, my dad was an over the road truck driver. So for him, whether he was home for the holidays or not, it kind of depended on the loads and the money and whether he was over the road at the time to be able to get back home for the holidays. My pops wasn't big on Thanksgiving and Christmas, so I can't recall, and maybe it's just me getting old. I can't recall if he was ever really around for him or not. That don't mean that he wasn't or we didn't treat like the holidays a certain way, but what I saw with stress came from how people try to divide their time up between other people. So I think that when you try to stretch yourself out for other people and you don't really give yourself grace and give yourself that allotted time, I think that when you start there and then you add on other things like money, like how you put your significant other versus if you have kids, like how are you spending that time with everybody? Are you trying to be equitable, which is a word that you used earlier? And it can seem like it could be too much. I use the holidays for two specific things. A, spend time with the people that I care about, and B, relax. If you don't fit those two categories, I just don't care.
I think now that I'm getting older, for me, I'm trying to find my independence from both sides of my family. So one thing that I noticed about us, this is our fourth Christmas that we're spending
Hey,
together.
April.
And the first Christmas, you and I, we escaped and it was just us. The second Christmas, me, you, and Castle, we went to Canada. Third Christmas was me and you. We went to the South. You know, we visited some southern states. And this year it'll be me, you, and Castle again, but we're staying local.
Yes.
It's the first local Christmas that we've had, which I was kind of antsy about because I'm like, oh, we gonna be local, and I'm still not gonna be with my family. At least in the previous years, I could say, well, I'm not gonna be here. You know, I'm going away. I'm going to another state, even if that another state is Virginia. But we gonna be local, and I'm still not. I'm still choosing to not be with my family.
Do they know what your plans are?
They don't know what my plans are. They just know I won't be here.
Okay.
They do know that.
That's okay. Well, that was really more of what I was asking. If they know that they ain't gonna see you.
Yes. Yes. But also, like growing up, my mom would work on Christmas. So I don't have like this big connection to needing to spend the 25th with my mom. I always looked at it more like, you know, Boxing Day was our thing.
So I was gonna ask you that. How do Jamaicans handle this time of the year typically? Typically. I know you don't speak for all Jamaicans.
Right. For us, we didn't, first of all, we never put a big priority on Thanksgiving. Excuse me, because growing up, there was that whole, like, that is an American related holiday. Like, you know, the Native Americans were just that, Americans. And then the colonizers were just that, like the British, like, not just the British, but like everyone who came and colonized had nothing to do with Jamaica. So we didn't prioritize that. But for me and my family, we didn't put a big focus. Like, we knew that there was no Santa. There was typically no Christmas tree. We didn't really start doing Christmas trees until my nieces were born because we wanted to give them that illusion. And that's honestly what I try to keep up with every year. I used to get clothes all the time. And even then, it wasn't an abundance of clothes. And I used to lie about it when I went to school. Like when you came back to school after Christmas break, it's, oh, let me show you what I got. I just got this cool new thing or whatever. So I would go to school and be like, oh, my mom got me a whole bunch of clothes for church. And I would go to church and say, oh, my mom got me a whole bunch of clothes for school. When in reality, I may have gotten like one or two clothing outfits, and like that was about it. It was my siblings who would get me gifts for Christmas. And it was mainly, to be very specific, it was my sisters. Excuse me.
I grew up very similar to you. Let's see, hold on. Your audio muted. Now what about the hassles? Wait, audio muted now. What about this is not the platform for that. I would suggest coming back on the Monday edition with Ice, as Ice talks about that stuff. So we are specifically about dating and relationships for this next hour. But immediately after us, you have the Monday edition with Ice. That would be the better platform for that. But Jason, we appreciate you tuning in. Similar to you, but not. I grew up where we didn't necessarily, we got gifts up until, because we had the Christmas tree, the presents and stuff under the tree.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite Christmases that I remember was maybe fourth or fifth grade. And I got this bike that I had wanted. And I didn't understand like how the bike was hidden, because we didn't see the bike, went to sleep. And like me and my brother were mischievous, trying to make sure that like we can see like if the bike was gonna come and if Santa was gonna bring it. And the next thing you know, you wake up and boom, there's the bike. And I was like, how did it get in here? Like, did Santa really deliver it? Just young and naive. But that was one of my favorite memories of celebrating this time, growing up. But as we got older, my family's money situation, because, adults don't really talk to kids about how money works and things like that. At least growing up, they didn't with us. But when I talk to other people, it doesn't seem like other folks did the same thing as well. And you realize like where the gifts really came from. You started to see less things wrapped under the Christmas tree and things like that. And for me, like, I was okay with that. I was never a person that looked at what other people had, because you had kids that would come and flaunt and be like, oh, look, I got the most latest, greatest system, and I got the Game Boy, and, all this other stuff. And maybe because I don't really understand jealousy like that or envy to really feel some type of way, but it never really bothered me.
Look, let me tell you, both of my nieces got 4 more years. So I have one niece who is 19. How old am I? She's 19. And then I have another niece who is 14. And when the 14-year-old turns 18, both the current 14-year-old and the now 19-year-old will not be getting Christmas gifts anymore. Like, y'all are in for a rude awakening 4 years from now. No more gifts. Like, I'm not like cutting them off. Your gift will be my love, because you'll be 18 and you'll be able to understand that that's all I feel like giving this year. But I really am over that whole commercialization of everything. I got the 14-year-old niece, I got her something that she specifically asked for. I asked her what she wanted. She told me what she wanted. That's what I got her. A version of something that she wanted for Christmas.
Can you adjust the camera so we're more centered?
Sure. It's me because I started leaning.
No, that's not centered.
I'm moving.
There we go.
But it's also me because I threw it off by laying on you. Do you want me to fix it more?
No, that's good.
Okay.
How do you feel about this statement? The holidays don't create problems, they amplify them.
I would 100% agree. Things that aren't discussed, understood, ironed out before will only get more wrinkled during this time, because everyone else is in like a busy go time of year.
Now, you've been in relationships prior to us getting together. What did you do and how did you navigate like spending time with your significant others folks as well. And I'm going to lead by saying this. Both my ex-wife and I,
Mm-hmm.
our parents, for the most part, lived in the same city.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever we would visit, it would be easy, sort of, except for my dad. My dad did not live in the same city as him, and my mom got divorced.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of I ain't gonna say forced. If if it was equitable, I would have had more time spent with my dad than what I did. But because my mother and my ex-wife parents were all in the same city, most of the holidays were spent there so that you could kind of like maximize that time around family. But if I were to go back, I would do things different. I would say, hey, this year is being spent, this way. Next year is being spent another way. And I think I would have had that conversation. But I want to say I might have been more afraid to.
And see that, but I told you that before, that when it comes to couples, you typically gravitate more towards the woman's side of the family.
Why do people do that?
Because happy wife, happy life.
Yes, men.
Not that I agree with it.
Stop that.
I don't agree with it, but I'm saying that is what I see. That men will go more to like the woman's side of the family, and it's one of the things. It's a saying. Have a daughter, you have a daughter for life. Have a son, you have a son until he finds a wife, because you're not going to see the son or the son's kids that much once he gets married. But your daughter, you will always see your daughter. Like, that's a whole thing. It's a whole saying. I did not create that. That is something I have heard many, many times over the years. So, and you just said that y'all spend a lot of time, not so much with your mother, but with your ex-wife's parents, versus y'all spending a lot of time with your side of the family. And specifically, the side that you wanted was to go spend time with your dad. You didn't do that a lot because you always spend more time with the woman's side of the family. Where we are right now, we are in proximity. We are closer to my side of the family, but even I don't want to be with my family.
Yo.
And it's for multiple reasons. So reason number one, and the odds of my family, even though I shared it on my page, the odds of my family watching this are slim to none. So I'll flat out say it. You are in a season right now where you are not accepting stuff from like my family. For the reasons that you have, you're not. And it will be really, really awkward to go over there for a holiday meal and you're not eating anything that's served to you. So that looks kind of weird. Plus,
that's a little different.
It's funny because I never talked to you about it. I just assumed.
Yeah, no. And so the reasons are significantly different when it comes to like that. Like if it's a holiday thing and you're breaking bread like that, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Color me surprised. But then the other way I look at it is my mom being the person that she is, I can see her inviting a whole bunch of other family members over to like partake, and I don't want to see them. For example, I don't want to see my brother.
You're gonna have to see him at some point. I don't think that you can avoid him forever.
Was that a challenge?
Yes. I don't see it happening.
And I said it to you yesterday. There is one instance
until we move from here. And that instance, yes.
Aside from that instance,
yes.
I don't have a reason to see my brother.
You almost saw him.
And then we kept on going.
What would have happened? What if we would have got there? I'm talking 10 minutes earlier, and I dipped. What would you have done?
So would I.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me. I have no words for those who have no words for me.
You said something earlier that I want to circle back to where we talked about why is it that families tend to spend more time with the ladies' family. I also think too, like, think about me and other people that you know. Guys, I think, can get in where they fit in and be able to have a good time regardless.
Mm-hmm.
I would say observationally, when I'm talking with other men and they're sharing about their significant others and their spouses or girlfriends or whoever, they don't seem like they're having fun when it's not their family, but when it's their family, they're more perkier, they're more talkative. When it's not their family, they're just quiet as a church mouse pissing on cotton.
I think that's passive aggressive behavior
Yes.
because you're not even trying.
Thank you. Thank you. And I'm not saying that's everybody, but more men that I've talked to when something like that's been brought up, they're like, yeah, man, I do the same thing. And it's like,
I think it's passive aggressive behavior. You're not even trying to fit in. I will say this. You and I have been together, right? 3 years. This is our fourth holiday season that we're going to be together. And for the most part, we have spent more time with your family and people you knew. So I had no choice but to find a way to acclimate myself, to fit in, to be a part of the situation. And I think for those who don't even try, it's passive aggressive behavior. You would rather be with your group of people, and because you would rather be with your group of people, you're not even going to try.
Now we've been able to successfully navigate the blending of our families and friends throughout the holidays and just at random times when people have met. And I can say with certainty that I haven't met anybody on my side, and I'm saying this very publicly, that have met you that didn't like you. But what would have happened? What would have occurred? And I'm gonna be real specific. Let's say Castle, which is our daughter, didn't like you.
That's a question for you more so than me.
My mom. Yeah, but how would you have been impacted by that?
Honestly, I think that's more of a question for you than it is for me because she's your daughter. I will say that for me, I would have been like, I wouldn't have been around that much because I wouldn't have wanted you to make a choice between your daughter and your relationship because as jacked up as that sounds. Never mind, I'm not going to finish that statement.
A choice has to be made though. Now, I would like to say that if I loved and cared about you and I wanted the relationship to work, that it is my responsibility to sit down with the child and say, look here, first of all, ain't gonna be no disrespect. Number one. Number two, this person is going to be around. And I'm gonna say this. It's not a requirement that she likes you.
Right.
It is a requirement that you're respected.
And see, okay, hold on. Let me
sit up.
Because this is the part that people aren't gonna like. Namely, women are not gonna like. It is okay for you to get into a relationship with another person other than the person that you had a child with. Number one. Number two, it is okay if your child does not like the person that you're in a relationship with. But just like you said, you don't have to love that person, but you do need to respect them. You need to respect them as the person that your parent is dating. Number three, I think that's the number I'm on. Number three, at some point, that parent does need to choose the partner. And here's why. You are not marrying your child. You are not going to be spending the rest of your life with your child. You were supposed to find a partner and be with that partner. And that partner is the person you're going to grow old with. You raise your child right, your child is going to go off and they're going to have their own life.
Yep.
So there does come a point where you do need to put the partner before the child. And a lot of people are not going to like that.
No. And to those people, I know one person that ended up doing that.
What, putting the partner before the child? Putting the child before the partner?
Yep. And how do I say this? Because I don't know if they watched the show, and I'm not specifically naming names, so if they get mad, it is what it is. But they know how I feel about it. You have held your parent back from them being able to find like happiness. And I'm saying this as somebody say you don't have to be with somebody to be happy. But I know this person and their parent has put this grown individual, this grown individual as a priority their entire life. and is now living with that person and is likely going to be with that person until their parent is no longer on this earth. And it stunted both of them.
Mm-hmm. And so that's a perfect thing. Like it stunts the growth of both individual people, the parent and the child, when you continue to put that child above any potential partnerships. Now, I'm not saying that you need to, um, it's your
Are
child's
you comfortable?
birthday. Yeah. I'm not saying that it's your child's birthday and you're like, oh, sorry, honey, we're not going to hang out with you. We're going to go, um, I'm going to go hang out with my partner. But what I'm saying is that, especially if you have an adult child and it comes around the holiday season, maybe that priority is not to spend time with the adult child, but to be with your partner because you're still trying to develop the relationship with the partner.
Is it difficult navigating and being in a blended family? Are we considered a blended family?
I mean, I guess by the loosest definition, because I don't have any kids, but yeah.
Or was it a difficult thing for you to be able to navigate being in a blended family?
Yes.
Say more.
It was difficult for me navigating being in a blended family because, number one, I remember one of the earliest things that Castle said, and like I never needed her to think of me as her mother because I'm not. She does have a mother. But one time she did say that, and it was just like, well, ouch. Like, that kind of hurt a little bit. It did sting a little bit. And I think the other thing is, like, you can't really make any decisions without involving this extra person. And I'm not for like extra steps in doing anything.
Me neither.
I don't like middlemen, and I felt like everything has to be a middleman. And then, if we're being really honest,
Be honest.
there are things that you and your ex-wife do and decisions that y'all make that make absolutely no logical sense to me whatsoever. And I'm just like, y'all have chosen the most ASS backwards way of doing something as opposed to finding the most straightforward, clean way. Like, my mind goes back to the one thing I learned in geometry, which is that the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. And I look at the situations that you and your ex-wife would be in, and I'm like, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. And y'all done went all over, crisscross, four corners, like filled in everything to get to a point instead of just taking the shortest, most direct path. And it drives me crazy.
It might not be how you would do it, but that don't mean that it's wrong.
It's not logical. Like, it's not even a matter of this isn't how I would do it. It's not logical.
Not logical to you. Do you think in general other people would also go, yeah, bro, that ain't logical?
Yes, but they know you, so they understand why you do it.
Okay.
Like, it's logical in the sense that you like to have control over what you can control, but it's not logical. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, the way I looked at things, and this is not me trying to be biased because I'm with you, but the way I look at things is, even though you weren't the primary parent, a lot of burden went on you for things, and I never thought that that was fair. And I think your friends would say the same thing, but they would understand why you did it because of who you are as a person.
Ask other people, they might feel different. Just throwing it out there.
I'm just saying, you ask your friends. I don't know. I think, like, if you really ran to your friends with some of the stuff that you've done over the years since your divorce, I think they would agree with me that some stuff is illogical, but they understand why you did it because they know you. And even I will say that. Like, it's illogical, but I know you, so I understand why you did it.
Around this time of the year, people and their finances seem to also be an issue as well. And at the beginning of this, we talked about money.
Yeah.
Right before you and I went live, we were upstairs, we were having dinner, and you said something that you were going to do for your niece. And I basically said, I don't think that you should do it. I don't think that it is your responsibility to be able to do it. Can we talk about that a little bit more?
Sure.
All
Hopefully
right.
none of her teachers are watching.
So you said that you were going to supply your niece with some gift cards for her to give to the teachers that she have. And I'm like, why? And you're like, well, because I liked getting them as a teacher and everything. I'm like, okay, but that's your niece. Why is that your responsibility for you to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that an unseasoned couple like ourselves that would have caused an argument? Like, because you and I weren't arguing, but I also did not agree with your decision to do it.
Well, here's the thing, right? And this is where this is backfiring on you, sir.
Oh, okay. Let me sit up.
If we lived together, I would not have done that if you weren't okay with it.
What's the difference?
Commingling of funds. Because I'm not going to take money out for something that you don't agree with. Just because I contributed.
But shouldn't we be planning?
We should be planning, but we haven't moved in together yet. So
no, it's about the
no.
See, you know me. I was about to.
We also have a limit, and that's not at the limit. We have a limit that we have to hit in order to spark conversations.
You are correct. Oh man. Okay. Okay, because I was sure enough to be like,
oh, I know. I know.
I was sure enough about to be that laptop was about to get purchased.
We have a limit. So, y'all, we did set a limit for how much we can spend without notifying the other person.
And what's the main reason for that?
The main reason is so that we're both being held accountable for the funds that we put in. And also because we have dreams and desires. Like, we're both trying to pay off consumer debt and we want to be able to live overseas. And we can't do that if you're out buying a $1,700 whatever and I'm out here feeding everyone's kids in Frederick County. Like, we're not going to be able to reach that goal.
But the main point in even bringing it up is we did talk about it, and I was comfortable enough to express my thoughts without like attack, because I don't attack her or whatever,
Right.
but we're not going to agree on everything, and that's fine. That is perfectly okay. So if you're out here and there is something, just as long as you're able to communicate it and say, hey, can we, have a conversation about XYZ? I know that you talked about doing this. I don't think you should do it. And say it in a way that you're not judging, but you're confident and comfortable enough to be able to say what's on your mind, have the conversation, and then move on and drink hot chocolate.
What's your next question?
Do you think that what if we got to that point to where I said, I don't want you to do it?
What, give the gifts to my niece?
Mm-hmm.
Then okay. I think the greatest thing for me is I have to stop having those conversations with people before I have conversations with you. Because if I had the conversation with you first and you said that, then I wouldn't have done it. But I had the conversation with you after I had the conversation with my niece.
We're going to get there. That's actually something
when we live together, those things will come easier.
Yo. That is something that you and I were going to have to really hammer down at some point. It's just that thing of, hey, like, let's talk together about it first.
Mm-hmm.
Because look, there things are going to change for you and me. That's going to just be different. Yeah. It is going to be different, and it's going to be one of those things is, yeah, my bad. I didn't think about it that way first, but I got you the next time. And that's really how it should be. It's not about to make the other person feel right or wrong or anything like that, but it is what it is. Let's see.
Susan over on WTF Nation Radio on Facebook said, that's part of her own biological DNA fitness. Your biological children are 0.5 and your biological nieces and nephews are 0.25. Get over it, King.
Dang, Susan.
Thank you.
I appreciate your comment, Susan. She'll comment when she pops on from time to time. But no, it's I stated what I stated, and you understand I think you understand my reason, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't disagree with you. It does make sense, and I understand you're asking, like, that's your niece, that's your not your child. Why are you buying that? I'll be honest, I'm buying it from the perspective of when I was a first year teacher, that was the thing that like no one tells you that like, ooh, your kids may actually get you stuff. And my niece is a freshman. That niece is a freshman in high school. And it's the holiday season. I'm just like, hey, let your teachers know that you're thinking about them. One of her teachers is new to the building and is under an extreme amount of stress and pressure right now. So I'm just like, hey, give this little token. Like, it's little, it's a $5 gift card. Give this little token of appreciation to your teachers so that they know that, hey, I appreciate what you do for me.
You did something that I want to publicly acknowledge.
What I do.
You asked, like, you know how I am about gifts and things like that. I don't want anything. I don't need anything. You probably, knowing you probably still did some stuff, whatever. But you asked about Castle and asked what she would like. And Castle's like her dad. Like, if you were to decide to get her something because you wanted to, then that's great. But she's not going to express a desire for something unless it is something that she absolutely needed. And Castle has her needs taken care of and her wants for the most part. So she's really not gonna, unless you directly asked her, Castle, what would you like for Christmas? I'd be really curious to know what she would say if you asked her.
I'm gonna be honest, we're past the window. Like, I asked yesterday because I was trying to get stuff knocked out. So like we're past that window now. But no, so you and I had this conversation because it was something that I had to work out on my own last Sunday. That I have a tendency to buy things for people or do things for people or with people without getting their input on it. And I am trying to proactively no longer do that. Unless it's buying someone a gift card, I'm proactively trying not to do that. So I want people to be involved in the conversation. But I figured, hey, let me go to you. Is there anything that she would like? Because you would know. Like in years past, you have told me what Castle wanted for Christmas. And I realized it's the week before Christmas. You haven't told me anything she wanted. So I figured there was nothing.
We're still not centered. Can you rotate the camera to where we're...
Okay, that's my hair.
To where we're centered. That the other way. There we go. That's, yeah, thank you. Oh, it's a whole lot better. I was staring at it, I'm like, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. I might have a mild version of OCD. Might have a mild version. I'm gonna say this. It's important for me to get through these holidays with one thing in mind. What is the one mindset or mind frame that I always operate out of? What am I protecting?
Michelle's kisses.
What am I protecting?
Your peace.
But why is that important?
Because you don't like all the extra drama and flair and like all that other stuff that's not you. If anything disturbs your peace, you want nothing to do with it.
And that's for a lot of different reasons. And while it is selfish, it's also not just for me. It's about you and about us, right? So shout out to Larry Nahalea. He just sent me a thing and said that he got the Christmas cards Roll Tide. I'm playing his wife in fantasy for the championship. As of right now, she's beating me by a point. I don't like this.
It's 1 point. You can come back from that easy.
What are some things that people can do to protect their peace over the holidays? I got one. Do a regular check-in.
Right. With the person you're in a relationship
with the person that you are in a relationship with. Turn off the cell phones. Get away from the kids if they're around. Stay away from distractions and just have a check-in with the person. It doesn't matter if you're together 2 months, 6 months, 5 years, 20 years. Some people say that if you're around each other for 20 years, then you know, I still think it's important. Hey, babe, how you doing? What do you need? What's going on? Talk to me.
All right. Shout out to your uncle who is also in the building. Hello there, sir. How are you? I would say one thing people, what was, restate your question? I'm sorry.
What are some things that people can do to protect their peace for the holidays?
I think something you can do to protect your peace, and I'm saying this to you and also saying it to me so that I can hear it and remember it when the clip comes out. One thing that you can do to protect your peace is to prioritize your feelings and your wants during this time,
Yes.
and prioritize it over the wants and demands of other people. Like if you know something is going to make you uncomfortable, don't do it.
Don't do it.
If you know that you don't want to go somewhere because it's cold, it's tired, stop saying, "Oh, well, my family really needs me to be there." Prioritize you. It's not selfish.
Oh.
It is not selfish to prioritize your peace over everyone else, because if you don't prioritize your peace, then that leaves you vulnerable to lashing out, and more arguments and disagreements will come, which could destroy your family more than if you just don't go to something because you're not feeling it in that particular moment.
Absolutely. That is probably the second thing that I would have offered if I was asked again. I would have said exactly what you just said. Now, there was a tragedy that occurred in Australia at one of the more famous beaches and iconic beaches. There were some gunmen that did a very terroristic act. It is classified as that because of the people that were involved and what they were together celebrating, and it seemed very targeted.
Mm-hmm.
Those people are going through a tragedy right now. What are your thoughts about that situation overall? And this is pertaining to the holidays and things like that. But I'd like to hear your thoughts on it, if you can give your thoughts on it. If not, I get it.
I don't know if I ever told you this, and I promise this is an answer to your question. I don't know if I ever told you this, but I personally do not like the holiday season. The holiday season for me has been riddled with a lot of pain in my youth. So that Thanksgiving to New Year's time, I actually really don't like it. And anything that you see me doing is for other people. I'm not a fan of it. This year, my family, like Thanksgiving, leading up to now, we've had some losses. Not people passing away, thank the Lord, but we've had a lot of financial losses that were unexpected. And that also brings back memories of my childhood. I lost my grandmother around this time of year, my only surviving grandparent. I lost when I was 10 years old around this time. Like my mom's birthday was Friday. She turned 71. Thank you, Lord, that she's been able to live for that long. But I remember when I was 10, my grandmother was in a coma on my mom's birthday. And then she passed on the 18th, which was my uncle's birthday. That uncle is also deceased at this point, who passed away in a home that my family, another uncle, just lost. So like my grandmother's home that she had for over 40 years is officially like no longer in the family. It just got seized yesterday. So that's gone. So that home where my uncle was found unresponsive, my grandmother was found unresponsive, and has like all these other memories tied to me, was officially lost yesterday. I lost another uncle on my dad's side of the family around this time of year. He was also in a coma around my mom's birthday and passed on or around his brother's birthday. So I have a lot of loss that's tied to the month of December.
I see.
December is not a very, very kind month for me. So when I look at this time of year, I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm good. Anything I do, it's mainly putting on the front for other people.
Man. Well, it's good that you're in a relationship with somebody like me then, because for me, the goal and the plan, protect the peace.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are things that are going to happen that are outside of my control, but I'm always about control the controllables. And that's my advice to anybody out there. Around this time of the year, control the controllables. You can control your finances. You can control, like, to a degree, like if you're relying on a job and then that job lays you off, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But when it comes to frivolous spending or feeling like you have to do something because you're trying to keep up with the Joneses, or you want to have a certain look, so you got to go buy these designer jeans to look good for the Christmas holiday party. And no, you don't. You don't have to do any of that. Control the controllables, and everything else, when the inevitable stress and stuff does happen, it can be that much easier on you because you don't already have a mountain that's sitting on your back, because you've shed a lot of that weight off, and that mountain can feel more like a molehill instead of a mountain.
Yeah.
That's how I try to operate around things. Around this time of the year, no is easy. No is easily in my vocabulary. If I don't want to do it, I'm not gonna do it. If I don't want to buy it, I'm not gonna buy it. If I don't want to spend time with you, I'm not gonna do it. And that don't mean I don't like you, I don't love you, or whatever. I'm just being selfish and protecting my peace.
Two things. So one, your uncle said, I like the hoodie. Thank you. This can be found on thekingandmeshow.com. And then shout out to Susan, who also offered her sympathies and condolences. Thank you. A lot of it happened years ago, but the pain comes back.
I mean, I can imagine, like, it's important for me, and this was the second thing that I was going to bring up. It's important for me to reshape and reframe how things are viewed around this time for you. Like that's a goal of mine. Like, yeah, it is. I don't think I ever told you that, but I don't tell you everything. Like, because when you have something tied to something that's a negative experience, it can shape how you view it. One of my biggest arguments with my ex-wife occurred at Fogo de Chao. I love me some Fogo de Chao. Fogo de Chao, for those of y'all that don't know, it is a Brazilian steakhouse. You pay like $60-some for this all-you-can-eat meat buffet, and it is fantastic.
Pause.
Pause. I wasn't gonna say it, but it took a lot for me not to say it. But I think we had gone there for 2 anniversaries or something at one point, and right as the marriage was ending, we came out of Fogo de Chao and had this huge argument. And I don't even remember what the argument was about, but what I do remember was me thinking, and went to this whole thing, spent all this money, and there's going to be, now we're having an argument on what's supposed to be a great day. So I'm like it made me not want to go to Fogo de Chao, because I associated Fogo de Chao with this bad memory. And it took me a while in therapy and a bunch of other stuff to really be able to get through that and reframe my mind from that negative experience. You mentioned something, and I don't know what the right word, seasonal depression, like, is that
yes,
is that the right word?
So the term used to be seasonal affective disorder, SAD, but now it's just seasonal depression.
So whether I'm successful or not, I think time will tell. But yes, my goal is to reshape how things look for you for around this time. Because for me, I can't say, with the exception of the anniversary stuff, because that was around this time of the year, that I've ever had a bad holiday. In general, holidays have been good for me. Now, when I was in the military, I was typically deployed around this time of the year, right? But even then, the Air Force, my Air Force family made it so that deployments just didn't suck that bad. They sucked. Like, comparatively,
yeah.
Would I have rather been home instead of in the desert? Absolutely. But at least it still didn't suck, because the Air Force, I can't speak for other branches of service, but in the Air Force, we took care of, ourselves. Unless you were a dirtbag, then, your experiences might have been different. Not everybody that joined the service came out of it thankful that they joined. I'm thankful of my military service because I learned a lot, and for the most part was taken care of. But I served honorably. I believe if you served honorably, you got taken care of. If you didn't serve honorably, life was miserable for you.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, shout out to Rebecca's in the building. She said the grilled pineapple would have got me out of that real quick. Thank you for tuning in. That's my buddy. I've got to come visit you sometime too. The grilled pineapple would have gotten me out real quick. I feel like I'm missing something though.
I thought you knew what that meant.
Mm-mm.
Oh. I was waiting for you to tell me the story of what that meant. But okay.
You got to remind me, what's a grilled pineapple? Am I missing context? Let me know in the comment section. Let's see. And Susan said that she does agree, control what you can control. Absolutely. Now it is, it's 7:53. It is coming up on closing time. We've got to get off air so that the Monday night edition can come on WTF Nation Radio. What are some closing words that you have with people as we navigate the holiday season?
I think as we navigate the holiday season, you have to make your own internal list of what is a priority to you and what really matters to you, and seek that above all else. For me, the greatest priority, I love the Lord. I love the Lord 365 or 366 days a year. That doesn't change. But for me, my priority is to spend time with the man that I love and to create new memories with him. I know that some people will not agree with it, but that is my priority. And I say this with all due respect to his daughter, to my family, and to everyone like that. But I want to be with him. This is the man that I'm building a future with, building a life with, and I want to spend that time with him. So that's what I'm going to prioritize this holiday season. That and rest. I'm taking a lot of time to take rest, to go back to my puzzles, creating puzzles. And I think that that's what you should do as well. Regardless of whether you are single, whether you're in a relationship, whatever it may be, make a list of what truly matters to you and make sure you prioritize those things. But please, 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 please make sure that somewhere on the list, taking care of you is towards the top.
And what I've got, and I'll be brief, find something that you have joy or that you find joy in doing and do it, whether that's video games, puzzles, drawing, hanging out with your friends, sitting in your living room curled up under a blanket with hot chocolate and reading a book. Find something that you find joy in doing, something that brings you joy, devoid of anybody else, and just do it. If as long as you can do that, then I think that you'll have enough happy juice in your happy batteries to then be able to give energy and stuff to others. So that's my advice.
That's legal. Whatever brings you joy, that is legal. We like to.
That's the Baltimore you. Look, shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you're not following us on our other platforms, please follow us on our other platforms as well. You've got something to add?
Don't forget, this is our last show of 2025. So we will not be back until January 5th. So have a wonderful holiday season, whatever you may celebrate, whether it's Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, nothing at all. Whether it's not even the New Year, whatever it may be, we will see you in 3 weeks, and we hope that you have a wonderful time. Please be safe. Please be safe. Please be safe in all that you do, and we'll see you in the new year.
And we got some clarification. Apparently, to Susan, pineapples are grenades. And I believe Rebecca was saying that the grenades would have gotten her out of the service real quick. I think putting 2 and 2 together, that's what that meant. But thank y'all for tuning in. Just because we're not going to be live, check us out on our other platforms as well, because we will be posting content. We'll be in New Orleans for New Year's. So if you're in New Orleans, look us up and we'll go out and grab a drink with you. Well,
no, we won't.
We'll come out and politic with you.
We'll stand outside with you.
All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Come back on WTF Nation Radio for the Monday edition. But we out.
Love you, baby.
Love you. Peace.
Bye.